Welcome friends. In this tutorial we will study about various validation controls and we will learn how to validate the input of the forms. ASP.NET provides special controls called validation controls. To validate the input of the form, we can utilize that validation controls. So go to the toolbox and in the validation tab you can see there are various types of validation controls. Each validation controls have special purpose. We want to validate the name input, so get cursor near to name text box and go to the toolbox and pick up a required field validator. Now we have to set the different properties of required field validator. So right click on it and set different properties. First we will set ID property of required field validator to RQ name and then control to validate property. This property shows which control you want to validate. Here we want to validate txt name, so select txt name. After that, which error message you want to display. So we want to display please enter name. After that you can set formatting of validation controls. We are setting red color for error message. One more property called validation group. Each validator control needs validation group. So we are setting here 1. We will see use of this property later. Now we are just copying paste and we are validating other types of text box. So setting just properties. Now standard text box contains numeric value. If we want to validate that please enter numeric value in the standard text box, then we can do this by using regular expression validator. So we will see use of regular expression validator also. So go to the toolbox and pick up the regular expression validate, set its different properties. Validation expression is the most important property of this regular expression validator. We want to validate for a numeric value, so type 0, 0, hyphen, 9, closing square bracket and star. Set its validation group property to 1 and set submit buttons validation group property to 1. Now let's run this application. When we click on the submit button without entering details, we can see all the validators shows error message. If we enter the detail in the text box, then that error message will be invisible. Suppose we enter the value in the standard which is not numerical, then required field will not display error, but please enter valid standard, it will display error. And if we enter valid standard, then it will also be invisible. So this is the use of validation control. Thank you.